Hey everyone, Senrai here. Today I'm going to be watching the 8th episode of the 2nd season of Shinigami Bocchan to Kuro Maid. Last episode we got to have some lighthearted fun early on with jumping into the Little Red Riding Hood and the Big Bad Wolf, and it was a bit odd overall, but I think we all had fun. But the bigger thing was later in the episode, we went to the Witch World. The second son also went to the Witch World and was able to I guess help Daleth complete her character arc. I'm still a little bit unsure about that, but you know, it's only a good thing if we put her in a better mental state. I guess I don't know, but yeah, we're just gonna jump into it. Also, as a side note, my cat is like just right there, just laying down. But anyway, we're just gonna jump in. So, as always, if you enjoy the video, please click the like button and all that good stuff. And let us begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Sometimes I go to bed at night and this intro still plays in my head. You don't say. That does sound a little bit surprising. That was the... He beat me to it, but yes. Yeah, I think that look there just says it all. It might be a pain or whatever, but still wants to do it. But yes, in Japanese culture, saying you want to make food for someone like every day or whatever, that is basically like an implied proposal. Yeah, that word. I want to say it's usually Nikujaga or something like that is usually the food example for it. But I suppose it doesn't have to be. And then they fly. Probably should have got some water before I started. The Duke Alice and the kissing. Oh yeah. That is still curious. Who's gonna be kissing who in what window? Sounds good. In other words, Viola's gonna kiss Cuff. That's my headcanon. Yeah, the little panda. Everyone gets along with Cuff. Oh, okay, that is not getting along. It's almost like the stuck in a wall thing, except stuck in a lion. From at least from the lion's end, seems to like her. Makes me very anxious. You know, I should have seen it coming with the whole gets along with the lion thing. Bye, kitty. And yeah, we get to just hang out together, the two of them. Oh. What a sad mask. A noble girl and a circus girl hanging out. Getting called out. And that was great. Now just lick off the rest directly. Yeah, they're getting along great. See, this is what actual getting along looks like, not eating cuff. Oh! Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Damn, girl. Almost kind of killed me a little bit. I was so not expecting that. Yeah, yeah. It did make it wiggle for me, I'll be honest. Let's help her out. You wouldn't have to ask me twice. That would be maximum helpful. Oh wow. It's very nice actually. Too old. Okay, maybe I was right. Maybe maybe it is referring to the two of them. I'll take it. You want to be a circus girl to be they'd gladly have you. She gonna do it? She did it. Oh, thank you, Cuff. Muna ni kawaii. Cuff is best circus girl. Yes. I guess so. Just pops the door right on up. I mean, she untied you. There's no reason to really be doubtful now. Don't worry, she will, you got Alice, you're good. Everywhere. He's gotta earn it. Tell us how you really feel. It's called a crush. I mean, you look good for your age. Take responsibility. He should. I see you found the fun room. It's not the kind of place you take just any guest. Well, there's a mommy. Alice's mommy, to be precise. Here's my real doll. She really does look like she's just peacefully sleeping. Man, we actually sort of have them meeting. Like, one of them's not awake, but this is good progress. Would a kiss wake her up? You don't have to double it. Your frickin' sister, man. Good question. Is she even dead? We thought Sharon was dead. A gigolo. I'm taking my mommy and going home. You jumped on that. Sokoto, it's because she actually likes him. Nobody said that, but it does feel that way. Nii-sama. Some artistic liberty being taken here. Dolph is growing on me a little bit, I'll be honest. She does do those things back in the day. Like, oh, the mask scared me a bit, but that's the woman, Sade. The true antagonist of the show. That is the question. You can really just see the evil in those eyes. The resentment, the bitterness. I'll give you whatever you want, just don't come again. Go Kigenyo. So is that all we're getting? I mean... I see. I see. Yeah, it should be a 2-for-1 deal. Kill two birds with one stone. We didn't really learn a lot from that delusion, though, did we? I mean, witches are people, too. That's good. No, not at all. It's a normal thing to want friends. I mean, maybe. Surprised I'll let him go home. I see we're just straight up Aladdin now. It's a genie lamp. It even looks a lot like the Aladdin one. The Disney movie, you know. Just rub. I knew it was coming. You just rub it and it'll come out and you'll feel much better. Shiko. Oh, that's... Yep. Why does it look like Alice? Great choice. I mean... Tamagotchi from Alice. That's what gets him excited. I mean, it can't be this easy, right? Like... Yeah, this can't be legit. I'd be afraid to test it, but... Okay, that's a waste of a second wish right there. Can we at least get gold or something as our third wish? Maybe have our third wish be multiply an Alice. You just curse someone else? I don't think he's gonna like that. Couldn't you like put in like a stone or something? Like Dark Souls did that. So is his final wish gonna be to get his curse back? It probably is. We should just make the whole thing a waste, a wash. Which is to be expected. Jimmy Neutron would disagree on that. Yeah, it's a great positive way of thinking. Because we got some benefit out of it. Did they give it to him? Because that's kind of messed up. How lazy was that genie to just move it like 10 feet to the left? They just... that's a... Just give me my beverage. But yeah, kissing, that's something she can't do with Bocchan. It's fun, you can just imagine I'm him. I think it's called chapstick. Yeah, that. I knew it was one of those words. Be the last kiss you do. So yeah, if you want to, you know. Ijuranai de Ellis-chan. Of course. This is actually almost over. That outfit, though. She's gonna kiss the window. Oh, is that gonna be the kissing window? The literal window. So it's not technically touching. That's nice. Yeah, I gotta make sure nobody sees this. Gonna. Oh, there. Okay, there we go. We have our first kiss. Sort of. Pretty close, just window distance. Yeah, I bet they're both blushing a lot after that. Imagine the glass just broke from all the pressure on both sides. Bum, 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 bum. Bum. The Duke, Alice, and the second anniversary. Okay, that was the 8th episode of the second season of Shinigami Bocchan to Kuro Maid. This was certainly an episode, right? So yeah, early on we had the Cuff and Viola just hanging out, right? You know, because they're friends basically. So getting to see the two of them, just the two of them hanging out, going around town, having a good time, well, it was great. We also got to see Koph get eaten by a lion, right? So that was the getting along. But yeah, the hangout session definitely had some date energy, especially when we had Koph just like wipe the cream off of Viola's face and then eat it. That definitely had some of the most date energy to the overall interaction. Even called out on her tsundere-ness, which was a nice touch. Got to go shopping, which was the change in scene, of course, is the best part. She just casually just opens it up, not a care in the world. Get to see quite a bit just from that alone. Viola, the eyes literally just shooting out the head. And then before it could show too much of the audience, and she was going to show everything. Like if Viola did not block, anyone else in the changing room would have seen everything. We got Koph literally just standing there, like hands on the hips, just fully. I wish I had that kind of confidence right there, like just no F's given. So that was a great little moment there. And we did get to see her wear a new outfit, which she looks great in as well. And she did make a kissing promise there. Do you want to go back to that? If I can find it. I might not be able to. Yeah, but either way, she made some kind of promise to blow her a kiss. And then we actually got to the circus thing itself, and she did it. You know, she looks at her. We have the one eye closed, like a winking kind of thing. And Viola definitely reacted to it. Gave a little bit of a wave. Yeah, Koph is just something special. But so that was a nice little way to kind of get us into the episode. But then we got back to the usual Daleth side of things. And she clearly likes the second son now. I mean, they weren't exactly subtle about that. Some clear favoritism. Like, she just did not care for Bocchan one little bit. But we did get to show Alice that her mother is alive and warm. Like, definitely can bring her back. Like, I'm sure that'll probably be like a season 3 thing. Like, maybe we'll wake her up at the end of this season, and then season 3 we'll just get to interact with her. That might be how they do it. Because they talked about, you know, curing both of them at the same time. I feel like narratively they might want to separate that, but I don't know how they would do it. But either way, Alice is definitely glad that her mother's here and, you know, can be saved, and she even want to take her home, but it's probably not the best idea right now. But yeah, the illusion, like I feel like we didn't really, at least we as the audience, I don't think we really learned much from the illusion. Really? Like we got to notice Sade and Daleth like hanging out in the background, and we clearly had a look of hate directed towards Sharon. Like I don't know what the deal is exactly. I feel like Bocchan probably got cursed as just part of like got caught up into things, you know, maybe wrong place, wrong time, or something along those lines. I think Sharon may have been like the main target. Probably some jealousy, like I don't know, womanly jealousy, resentment sort of thing going on there. I don't have any more context, but the way she looked at her, man, that says a lot. But then we had the genie stuff, which I also want to go back to. Alice, did you get a part-time job? That was a great line by him. Yeah, I have no form of taking hers. She just kind of floats there. Yeah, he did get the two mixed up. But yeah, I did want to mention this because during the genie scene, one thing that got Bocchan excited was the way Alice was talking. They translated it as talking down to me. That's not quite it. What he said was Tamaguchi, which is essentially the opposite of Keigo. Keigo being polite speech, which is what you would use if you're a maid talking to your employer, right? You would use Keigo, you know, your masus and your stuff like that, you know? You would say tabemasu instead of, you know, taberu or whatever. Like, Tamaguchi is what, like, friends, like, you know, people of equal status being casual with each other, that's what they would use, right? And that is the way Alice spoke here. Genie Alice, right? And it's not, you know, levels of politeness characters use, to be honest, it doesn't really, like, I don't notice it very often until it's pointed out to me, and I'm like, oh yeah, I guess that is true. even in visual novels where you would think could be more obvious, like I don't pick up on it, you know. But once he mentioned it though, like definitely a much different feel to it. Because after the scene when we transitioned back over to interacting with Alice, and Alice was doing her usual Keigo, usual polite speech, and I'm like, yeah, like she does do that, you know. It does have a very different feel to it than the more casual speech that we got from Genie Alice over here. So yeah, I definitely appreciate that for a lot. Like, I never really thought about it, which I prefer, you know, like polite or casual speech characters speaking, right? In anime, they mostly speak casually. Like sometimes, you know, if someone's talking to their senpai, they might use the polite speech, or if sometimes it's just like a specific character in a show where that's just what he's known for. Just he uses Keigo, you know. Like sometimes there's that as well. I can't think of many examples off the top of my head, but I know there's some characters like that in some shows, some anime. But I never really thought about which one I actually really prefer. I think it's just kind of it kind of depends, like what I'm in the mood for. But again, I don't really notice it, so it probably doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. But Genie Alice, she had a good outfit. You know, I was pretty sure that the wishes would not really amount to much, because I mean wishes, depending on what limitations there are, you could really just shake up the status quo of a show really hard. Like, just think of all the things he could have wished for there, you know? Like, he could have wished for the power of a demigod, you know, shooting lightning from his hands. He could have wished for, you know, like magic that's far more powerful than any witch could ever dream of having. He could wish that his mommy loves him and doesn't care about his curse. Like he could have wished for a lot of things that could completely destroy the status quo of the show. But what did we get by the end of it? Nothing. I want my curse gone. I want an item to test that the curse is gone. The curse is affecting somebody else. I don't want that, so I want the curse back. You know. So the second the lamp popped up, I knew it was gonna be like a wash. We would just end up right back where we started. It's like how a lot of shows will sometimes have a character win the lottery or whatever, and get all this money, which is again a big status quo changing thing. But by the end of the episode, the money is all gone because they got to go back because they can't shake it up too much, right? Because I know there was one like American sitcom, I don't know which, not the one that I watched. I just heard about this, that originally the show was about these characters that were not very financially well off. It was daily struggle to get by, and then someday they become wealthy, and the viewership of the show really tanked afterwards because the show lost what it was really about, the spirit of it. So that's a big part of why shows usually don't shake up the status quo that much that quickly. So anytime you see something that has a chance to really change things, the odds are it's probably not going to, I guess, is my overall point. But we briefly saw Alice in the bath. Not really much to say about that, but... And the kissing window thing, because, like, when I read the title Kissing Window, the first thing that comes to my mind is, like, a kissing booth. Like, even though it's not necessarily the same thing. But when we had the whole thing with Cuff blowing the kiss to Viola, I thought maybe that was it, especially because we were getting pretty close to the end of the episode, so I was thinking that would just be it, even though I was initially joking when I said that, because I kind of shipped them. But even though nothing's obviously going to come of that because Cuff has Zion, but, just headcanon stuff. But it would obviously make more sense to have it refer to Alice and Bocchan, and it definitely did, because we got a literal physical window, and that's always been the big thing. Like, she wants to touch him, but you can't because death. But what if you technically kiss just with a little bit of an object in the way, an object that's transparent, so you could still see each other as you do it, but technically no touching is happening, but through the power of imagination and love and all that, you could probably still feel the warmth, right? Like, so it was a really nice scene, Not really too much to say about it, but you can definitely feel the sorrow of not being able to do the real thing, and the drive to really just get this curse dealt with so we can. Like, can you imagine, like, the second the curse is actually lifted, what Alice is going to do to this poor boy? Like, just, yeah. Might break something, she'd kiss him so hard. But yeah, I think that's about everything I had to say on the episode. yeah, I'm glad we got the viola cup stuff at the beginning. That was all pretty great. But yeah, thank you for watching and hope to see you in the next video. Until then, bye bye.